Right now, Jim Piccola on the line right now. Jim with the New York State DOT. Good morning, James.
Hey, good morning, Bill. How are you?
I'm excited. Well, first of all, I got to tell you, the brine that you guys put down does really seem to work. It keeps those roads from getting really icy and iced up.
Yeah, again, it's been very successful in the past. It keeps, that bond from forming, that ice bond from forming, right off the bat when these storms hit.
Yeah.
And just a chance to get out there and treat the roads, either plow them or get some salt on them.
It was so weird to see on Saturday with the weather being in the 60s and 70s. I saw the brine, and I'm like, I cannot believe that what I'm seeing in the sky now and what I'm seeing on the road.
The turn was very, very fast. Okay, so I'm excited as I was driving on the Arterial project as you're coming past Court Street heading to the north. Both lanes are now open in the northbound.
Yes, sir. Both lanes are open north and south. We have a little bit more work to do in the next couple weeks here, so hopefully we can get some weather to cooperate, and hopefully we'll get that G ramp open, the Keeler ramp for you.
Yeah, that is the ramp that I have been complaining about. Well, listen, whenever you're going from the Odd to New Hartford or the Valley to New Hartford or whatever, it's that I got to tell you, I've driven by Chester's Flowers many, many times, and maybe that's a good thing, right?
Right.
It gets you to drive through the neighborhood. So what's your timeline on that?
Like I said again, we're looking to get some guide rail up there. We have a few signs, and like I said, that being said, hopefully within the next week or two, weather permitting, we should be able to get that open.
Yeah. Listen, if I were to die this week, I really the one thing you could do is just name, even if it's just for a month, name that ramp after me. That'd be awesome. At my death.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
All right, so the roundabout. Let's talk about that. And we see, some are all in and some are not. What's the game plan and timeline for that? Now, that would be on John and Oriskany?
Yes. Yep, it'd be at the intersection of John and Oriskany Street. That seems to be the area that really, can really fit a roundabout and function well. Especially with, calming down traffic through that whole corridor.
Yeah. And what would, I had originally thought it was going to be at the foot of Genesee Street, but that's they're right at Baggs Square. That's not the case.
That is not the case, no. At the intersection of Genesee Street and Oriskany Street, that did not fit there. Again, the best place for it is at John and Oriskany Street.
And can you talk about the benefits of a roundabout and specifically why it's important for that location?
The benefits of a roundabout is that, it gives you mobility at that intersection. In case you wanted to go anywhere, you can just go around and you can go right, left. If you wanted to turn around, you can go back the other way. Again, it really, and then the calming aspect of it, slows people down. The safety of you don't have where people blow, take a left, say through a red light, and you have that, T-bone accident.
Right.
So
right.
There's a lot of good things about the roundabout. Also, you're constantly moving, pretty much. So you do slow down and have to give the right of way, but for the most part, you're moving and you're going through.
Would there still be that stoplight? I guess there would be at Broad Street, right?
Yep. Over at Broad Street, you would have your signal. There would be another one at 2nd Street. Then you would have your roundabout at John. You would have a signal at Genesee Street. And the next one down would be at Broadway just before you got to the auditorium.
Okay. It's interesting. And I got to tell you, I've had no issues at the Oneida Square, the roundabout over there.
No, and I haven't either. And actually, I prefer it because you do keep moving. You don't get stuck for 2 minutes at a light. You're constantly moving. But anyway, we had someone on the air Friday who was talking about the roundabout and mentioned Oneida Square and said there have been more accidents at that Oneida Square roundabout than they had before when it was just a traffic signal.
Also more Bigfoot sightings. What do you think, Jim?
Well, I'm not sure. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure about the data on that. But again, if there are accidents, they're very minor. They're not, like I said, where you would actually hit somebody from the side. And that's, like I said, they're more like maybe small rear-end accidents, which are much safer if you're going to be in an accident.
Yeah. I got to tell, I mean, I go through that roundabout quite often, and I've never, I mean, how would you know? You'd have to be there when there is an accident, but
sure.
I'd be interested to know the data on that to see if that number being up is real.
Yeah.
But listen, roundabouts. We've been getting off 35, exit 35 in Syracuse for quite a few years. That's a large roundabout there, and it's almost like a little racetrack when you get on it. What is the size of the one that would be on Oriskany Street, by the way?
It pretty much fits the area right there.
Okay.
The property takings are very minimal throughout this whole corridor. They're mostly like strip takings. We also have the roundabout over at Griffiths, the Veterans Memorial Parkway there.
Yep.
And we're introducing 2 more roundabouts on the Griffiths project. It started up back in September.
Okay. All right. And they would go where?
Oh, jeez.
Okay. I can kind of imagine where they would go when driving through there. So
as you're heading into Rome, it would be the next intersection. I can't remember the name of the road there. And then right after that, there's another one that I think is Hanger Road. Where there's another roundabout that's being introduced.
Got it. Okay. All right, Jim, good stuff. We appreciate the update. And, of course, big travel week. This is a biggie, Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, especially with the weather like it is.
Yeah.
Just urge people to slow down, take their time, and, especially if you run into any of our snowplows, please stay behind. That's the safest part of the road. Just give us time, to plow those roads, get them cleaned up, and we'll get you to where you want to go safely.
Could we do one other thing before you go? Is that when the trucks are doing construction and they have that big sign on the back that says "Do not follow," it completely confuses me. I have to pull over. I don't know what to do at that point. I'm assuming that is for when the trucks are going through that construction site.
Well, they're going through that construction site, and usually what they'll do is they'll pull off somewhere, maybe into a work zone where they're unloading some of their material, so we would not want you to follow them into that work zone.
Don't follow in off the cliff. So, all right, good stuff, Jim. Thanks. Enjoy your day, and happy Thanksgiving.
You too, Bill. Take care.
Jim Piccola from the New York State DOT. I got to tell you, that project is coming to that Arterial project's coming to an end. We'll see that happen, and that ramp opening up, going southbound on 12 from Oriskany Street is a biggie. A lot of people waiting for that one to open.